Checking in with Ohio Means Jobs and Job and Family Services, and we've got Joe Patton. He, of course, is the director. And we're going to talk about youth and programs that you have. And Joe, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having us, Holly.
Off the top of my head, I think mainly adults when it comes to your services that you offer. But why focus on some youth programs, and what kind of programs do you even have?
Yeah, we like to focus on our youth, and when we talk youth, it's kind of a wider span. So most people might think our youth is 16 to 24-year-olds. With that, we have a lot of array of services through our comprehensive case management program system, where low income or anybody that's had a barrier, and sometimes barriers are very simple things like a child of divorce could just be a barrier that you have, that with some struggles you've had with that. So any of those type of folks we can help, or the low income, or I think it's 60% of poverty income, we can help with school, we can help get them in a job, we can help get them into a internship where we pay the employer the internship. A lot of great things for youth. So one of the investments we've made with our youth is being in all of our local high school college, or all of our local high schools, to be able to help connect with them. So we have a job coach in each high school now.
That seems like an excellent idea, because like when you're in high school, you're just trying to get through high school. You're not thinking about careers and options. And I assume those coaches are there to say, hey, look, you're interesting to be like this and that. And so have you found that that's helpful being there?
Yeah, it's been really helpful, because what we've been able to do is maybe head them into our program to be able to help fund their first couple years of college. We try to get them the most bang for the buck they can get out of us, or their scholarships or anything like that. But the other thing we're trying to do is to move them into a career while they're working, even in their part-time work, that's going to be helpful to their college degree. So, if you're going to be a nurse, we want to get you working maybe in a nursing home or as an STNA, just to get some hands-on and be around those type of people. And we see a lot of our students sometimes get stuck in the rut with, I'm going to work at this coffee shop because all my friends work there, and they're not thinking in terms of, yes, it gets you some money, but then we're also wanting to, as they mature, we want to drive them toward that career pathway is what we're always after.
Yeah, and I think it's neat because they know they're not alone, that you guys are there to help them and guide them and, give them advice and just get them started on the right way.
Oh, yeah. One of the important things one of the things that seems to have been a struggle for a lot of kids now is getting their driver's license. So with the driver's ed programs, a lot of them have went out of the schools into a private sector. So we can help pay for that. We can also help students that are working with us with a down payment on a car, because transportation is always a big barrier for people going to work. That's one of the sweet spots where we do. We also kind of partner with some financial literacy pieces through Superior Credit Union, where we can kind of help people get a budget and get their plan going. Because a lot of times I don't think students will realize, well, yes, I want this great degree, and obviously the colleges will paint them a very nice picture of it. But in the same light, when you're making a very big investment in yourself of almost $80,000 at some point, that's really not the time to try to figure out what you want to do. And while you're paying for it, we want to try to get that game plan wrapped up with her in partnership with their school guidance counselor.
Also, I hear that with its fair season and Allen County Fair coming up, you're also involved with Junior Fair. How's that?
Yeah, we love to sponsor Junior Fair. That's a great bunch of kids out there. I actually used to be on Junior Fair board when my son was doing it. So a lot of great workers, a lot of great work ethic grown out there at the Junior Fair with taking care of their animals from a young age, learning responsibility. We want to keep those kids local. We want to get them connected in our workforce also, or if they're going away to college, get them back and get them connected with local internships so we can retain that talent locally here.
Yeah, is that another focus too? Come back home, retain the talent locally, because we know we have so much talent.
Exactly. That's one of the things that those job coaches in the schools know is we keep a database, so we would know if a student's going for engineering. 2 years later, we know around their sophomore, junior is when they're looking for internships. When those come up locally, that's our recruitment go-to. Then we go to that list and say, okay, which students we're looking for engineering, the hospital's looking for nurses or administrative type people for interns. We want them to come back to Lima and do their internship, even if they're in Columbus, Toledo, Cincinnati. That way, when they graduate, we want them back here.
Wow. I'm so glad you shared about the stuff that you're doing with the young people in our community and helping them out, Joe. So thanks very much for joining us today.
All right. Thanks for having us, Holly.
All right, don't go away. Noon Edition continues in a moment.